A very good afternoon to you. It's good to have your company. Welcome to TV47 at 1. My name is Peter Kamau. Let's get started. The Ma Council of Elders has threatened to rally the Ma community against President William Ruto's re-election bid if the standoff over the transfer of Amboseli National Park to the Kajiado County government is not resolved. The elders, drawn from 10 counties, met in Kajiado town where they criticized delays in implementing the president's directive to hand over the park's management to the county government. They accused the government of frustrating a process that President Ruto personally launched during last year's Ma Cultural Festival in Amboseli. The elders said the Maasai community has endured decades of historical injustices and warned that the continued delay in handing over Amboseli National Park has deepened their sense of marginalization. They maintained that the community had pledged to support President Ruto's second-term bid after he promised to resolve the Amboseli issue, but cautioned that the promise would be withdrawn if the dispute remains unresolved. Meanwhile, the High Court in Nairobi on Sunday evening issued conservatory orders barring all parties from interfering with the management of Amboseli National Park until a case challenging the transfer is heard and determined.
Turudishie Amboseli, usirudi kwenda kwa siasa kabla hujamaliza mambo ya Amboseli. Yes. Bila kupata ya Amboseli tunaanza kuvotia nani? Kama hiyo Amboseli ulikuwa umetupatia na tumefurahia.
Kama wazee wa kitamaduni ambaye tulichaguliwa na Wamasai kila pembe ya Kenya, tunakuuliza kwa heshima, turudishie Amboseli kwa haraka iwezekanavyo.
Kama itakuwa sio yetu, sisi ndio tulishunga. Tunaweka tena ya nini? Kama sio sisi ndio itakuja kutufaidi. Kwa nini wakule nyama ya nyasi ya ng'ombe yetu kumaliza na wanyama sio yetu imenyakuliwa?
UDA National Organizing Secretary Vincent Musyoka, popularly known as Kawaya, has dismissed claims that Olkalou by-election outcome is a predictor of the 2027 general election. Speaking in Mungala, Machakos town constituency, the Mwala MP said by-elections should not be used to gauge national political trends, noting that UDA has won 6 of the last 10 parliamentary and senatorial by-elections. Kawaya said President William Ruto's re-election bid will be determined by the government's development record and service delivery, not the outcome of a single by-election.
Tuko na wabunge ambao wamechaguliwa zaidi ya 300 na tumetulia. Kuna watu kama Suti Kombo ambao wanafanana na kuku. Ushaona kuku? Kuku inataka kama eka moja inapiga kelele mpaka dunia yote lazima ijue kuna mayai imetagwa. Na hiyo kama eka natoshana hivi. Hata akawezi shibisha mtoto. Lakini pia kuna ng'ombe ambaye inakamuliwa inalisha maziwa kijiji mzima na ng'ombe imenyamaza pole pole. Sasa sisi tuko na wabunge zaidi ya 300 na tumetulia. Lakini mtu amepata kakiji moja ana dunia yote anazunguka huku anasema ati William Ruto sasa hayuko ho. Na je, ukipata wawili ama watatu itakuwa namna gani bana?
The Law Society of Kenya, LSK, has announced a nationwide boycott of court proceedings on Wednesday, July 22nd, in protest over what it describes as persistent corruption, delays in the delivery of justice, and a lack of judicial accountability. The society said the boycott follows months of engagement with the judiciary that failed to resolve concerns as raised by advocates, adding that the action is intended to push for meaningful reforms within the justice system.
I'll take a brief. Our head of stations cannot do anything because these are related to...
The Council communicates its resolution to undertake a court boycott in 2 stages. 1, a general court boycott. The court shall undertake, the Society of the Law Society of the legal profession shall undertake a nationwide boycott of court proceedings on Wednesday, 22nd July 2026, intended to emphasize the seriousness of the concerns raised by members and to call for meaningful institutional interventions that will restore confidence in the administration of justice.
A burial in Kirinyaga County descended into chaos on Friday after relatives clashed over a disputed piece of land, a standoff that saw a grave dug, filled back in and reopened, leaving 2 people injured before the burial finally went ahead. Faith Wangari has the story.
The family of Patrick Muruki, who died on 10th of July, had traveled to Kerugoya Hospital mortuary to collect his body, only to discover the grave prepared for his burial had been refilled with soil. Witnesses said relatives opposed to the burial of the parcel of land had filled the grave before the body even arrived. According to the area chief, a request had earlier been made to the police to stop the burial, but officers could not intervene without a valid court order, and that one of the relatives had obtained a court order dated 15th of July from a court in Nyeri restraining the burial from proceeding on the disputed parcel of land.
Huyu jamaa ambaye kwamba amekufa na ziko hapa alitukana babake. Babake akamwambia hampatii mahali ya kulala. Babu yangu akamwambia aje kuja ulale hapa, mkielewana na wazazi wako utarudi nyumbani. Ule wazazi wake wakafariki kabla hawajaelewana, akakuwa bado amekaa hapa. Sasa hii amekufa, maana ndugu zake wanataka kumzika hapa. Tunawaambia hapana, endeni mkamzike kwa shamba ya baba yake.
Huyo ndugu yangu ako na over 40 years hapa. Watu wakasirika. Hata baba mkubwa huyo Hussein Jogundei anajua Muriuki yuko hapa. Na Muriuki ameketia share ya baba yake.
Some mourners moved to reopen the grave, while those opposed to the burial reportedly attempted to prevent them. Witnesses said a confrontation followed, during which 2 people sustained injuries. Relatives from the 2 sides blamed each other for the standoff, with some questioning why objections had emerged only after earlier burial preparations had proceeded without incident.
Wamechukua gumsi huko Kiberegwe na watu wengine wametupiga, hata mimi wamenipiga sana na mtoto wangu wamempiga na bwana yake. Wanasema watazika hapa na nguvu, sisi tupende tusipende.
Watu wakasirika na katalia kwa shimo kwa nini?
Patrick Muruki has been laid to rest, but for the 2 sides of the family, the battle over this land is only moving from the graveside to courtroom. Faith Wangari, TV47.
Property developers in Thika are accusing a fellow developer of illegally dumping construction waste on a public road reserve, saying the debris has hindered access to neighboring sites and disrupted ongoing development. The developers claim waste from a recently completed apartment project was dumped along an access road, blocking drainage, covering survey beacons and altering the road's level. They say the situation has increased the cost of preparing adjacent plots for construction. The affected developers are now calling on the Kiambu County government to investigate the matter, clear the debris, restore the road and enforce environmental and planning regulations.
Mtu anajenga na anaekelea barabara, anadump ile kasia inatoka kwa building kama hii, anadump, anafuga kwa shamba yako na anafuga barabara yote, anawekelea mlima. Sasa mimi naona hii kaunti yetu ya Kiambu iko na governor na iko na department za environment na planning, wenye ambao wangekuja washughulikie mambo kama hii.
Serikali ya Kiambu iangalie wenye wanamwaga dumping kwa barabara, juu inakuja juu kushinda shamba.
Elsewhere, the ICT authority has stepped up the rollout of the government's digital literacy program, with public junior schools in Bungoma County joining the initiative aimed at enhancing digital learning under the competency-based curriculum. Authority Chief Executive Officer Jesse Maruti said more than 20,000 public junior schools will benefit from the program through the provision of smart boards, laptops, internet connectivity and digital learning content. He added that over 10,000 schools are already covered in the first phase, while more than 62,000 teachers have been trained to integrate ICT into classroom learning. The program is being implemented under the Kenya Digital Economy Acceleration Project with support from the World Bank.
As you are aware, and I alluded this earlier, as part of the government initiative, what we call the Digital Superhighway Program, we are rolling out 100 kilometers of fiber across the country. This we are doing in partnership with the Kenya Power we are running fiber on the poles just to make sure that we provide internet to all schools. This project is ongoing, and we are going to make sure that all schools are connected to internet.
National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has urged church leaders in Western Kenya to spearhead a voter registration campaign ahead of the 2027 general election. Speaking during a church fundraiser in Matungu constituency, Wetangula called on clergy and the Mothers Union Group to mobilize eligible Kenyans to register with the IEBC. The speaker says about 400,000 eligible residents in Kakamega County and 346,000 in Bungoma County have national identity cards but are yet to register as voters.
Lakini juzi wamefanya utafiti, wanasema hapa Kakamega tuna watu 1,400 wana kipande hawajajiandikisha kupiga kura. 1,400. Hapa kwetu Bungoma hapa watu 1,346 wana vipande hawajajiandikisha. Kwa hivyo leo tukiwa hapa, mimi na warai vile wenzangu wamesema, chanda chema uvishwa pete. And we are not saying this, my people, because we are idle. Tunajua because nimetembea Kenya mzima. Wacha yale ya mlima. Ukienda Mombasa, kina Hassan Joho wameamua 2 term. Ukija hapa Kisumu, hata mmesikia mzee Oburu amesema ODM haitaweka candidate 2027, wako kwa 2 term, wa support William Ruto, tupangane mbele.
Elsewhere, the National Land Commission says that 1 infrastructure projects are at various stages of implementation under the government securitization program, an initiative intended to raise financing for public projects. NLC Chief Executive Officer Kabale Tache Arero said 5 road projects valued at 4.5 billion shillings are currently under construction and are expected to be completed between the end of this year and March next year. The projects include the Keno-Sagana-Marua corridor, the Rironi-Mau Summit Highway expansion, sections of Mombasa Road, the Wayaki Way Red Hill Link Road, and upgrades to roads in the Aberdare region. According to the commissions, the projects are intended to improve road connectivity and ease traffic congestion.
Project 31 tunaita kitu tunaita securitization, ambaye tunalipa pesa kupitia hiyo securitization, na kati ya hii 31 kuna 5 moja ikiwepo Kenol Marwa. Mimi mwenyewe natumia njia kwenda nyumbani. Ukitoka Nairobi mpaka ufike Nanyuki, tunasanga Nanyuki Laikipia. Barabara ni dual carriage. Zamani tukitoka nyumbani, tukitoka Marsabit kupitia Isiolo Nanyuki na nikifika Nyeri, unakuanga na jam mpaka ufike Kenol hapa. Siku hizi ni njia iko sambamba kabisa. Kwa hivyo tunasema ni asante kwa serikali yetu. Na hiyo ni moja yao na inaendelea vizuri. Ingine barabara ingine kati ya 31 ambayo nitataja tu 5. Moja ni Nyali Mtwapa. I'm sure mkienda Mombasa mnaenda Nyali, pande ya Nyali, Chanzu. Utaona hiyo barabara vile inajengeka. Hiyo ni 4.5 billion project na inaendelea vizuri sana. Pale ukielekea kwa airport kwa Jomvu, Nyali Mombasa Mariakani kwa Jomvu. Barabara nyingine tunaitengeneza hapo. So kuna barabara ya James Gishuru Roni hapa Gitaru interchange. Hiyo tunatengeneza. So kati ya hizi nimekuambia around 5 major roads is among the 31. Ile priority project which is under securitization inaendelea na italeta maendeleo mzuri sana kwa nchi yetu ya Kenya. Na yote mimi nasema kwa sababu ya uongozi ya Rais William Samoei Ruto.
Thousands of vulnerable households could benefit from a new housing initiative launched by Habitat for Humanity Kenya, targeting communities facing poor housing conditions and neglected tropical diseases. The Let's Open the Door campaign will support the construction of climate-resilient manyatas for Maasai women and replace mud floors in 10,000 homes in areas heavily affected by jiggers. Habitat for Humanity says the program is intended to improve living conditions, reduce health risks linked to inadequate housing, and strengthen the resilience of vulnerable communities. The initiative is expected to reach about 50,000 people.
This particular launch has been focusing on Machakos and Kajiado County, in fact, and several of the women who traditionally are the ones who are supposed to build the houses, they've been profiled and they spoke to us, and they were even dancing and sharing the joy that they have to be able to sleep in late, the joy of the smoke having a source to go out of the house, from the top. The new design has a bit of a skylight that allows so much more light into the manyachas. It allows space for children to study, but most importantly, one of the things that they said was the rain. It protects them from the rain.
Housing conditions also prevent a number of vector-borne contacts or exposure that the household members may be amenable to. I'm speaking about vector-borne conditions such as lymphatic filariasis, which is transmitted by mosquitoes, that also, if we improve our household conditions, then we lower the transmission rates.
Let's pause for a quick commercial break. We'll be back shortly with more news. Stay with us.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunyuma.
Oh my God. You left me.
Nitumie ni line. Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The
cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tangulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
You won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. Booyah! We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat. It's a chair. It was hers.
You're new here? Yes. You learned the rhythm.
This place is run by structure. Structure.
It is a system. Ni venye tu ni system haisikizi. And what happens if something you haven't chosen enters your day?
I remove it.
That's not always going to be possible here.
Then you are going to have a problem.
Access for as little as 1,450 Kenya shillings today.
Welcome back. You're watching TV47 at 1. Now, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku has sought to draw a political distinction between the Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West regions, arguing that development under President William Ruto's administration has consolidated support for the Kenya Kwanza government in the eastern part of the region. Speaking during a public meeting, Ruku claimed Mount Kenya East had for years lagged behind in government investment, while development was concentrated in parts of Mount Kenya West. He argued that the current administration had shifted that pattern through increased infrastructure and public investment in the region. His remarks come amid heightened political realignment in the Mount Kenya region following the Olkalou parliamentary by-election, with rival political camps intensifying efforts to consolidate support ahead of the 2027 general election.
Serikali iwezi kuwa mbaya. Ati wakati sasa sisi watu ya Mount Kenya East tuko na kijana wetu akiwa naibu wa rais pale kwa serikali. Tumengojea zaidi ya miaka 63 ili tutunukiwe heshima ya kuwa na mmoja wetu ambaye ako na cheo kubwa ya naibu wa rais katika serikali ya Kenya. Na sisi tulipigania uhuru wa taifa letu la Kenya. Kulikuwa na General Mwaliama, kulikuwa na General Mbaimingi Malete, kulikuwa na General Roko, kulikuwa na General Kubukubu, kulikuwa na General Kevote, kulikuwa na General Ndaya, kulikuwa na General Kemere, na majenerali wale wote walikuwa katika kona hii yetu ya Mount Kenya East wakipigania uhuru wa taifa letu la Kenya. Lakini wakati walipata uongozi wao, wakaenda kugawa mashamba kule Ramu, kule Rift Valley. Hakuna mtu yoyote wa kona hii ya Mlima Kenya Mashariki ambaye alipewa hiyo mashamba. Hakuna. Wakaanza kutuonea from 1963. Wametuonea mpaka wa leo, na ndiyo maana hata saa hii zile barabara zimejengwa katika hii mlima 77.7% ya mabarabara imejengwa kona ile nyingine ya Mlima West. 22.3% ndiyo imejengwa kona hii ya Mlima East. Kwani sisi ni watoto ya Mau? Hatutaki kujengwa barabara? Sasa wakati Mheshimiwa William Ruto amesema anajenga barabara ya kutoka Makutano kwenda Moya, kuja Embu, kupanda Ruyenjes, kwenda Chuka, kwenda mpaka Gombo, kufika Meru, kwenda mpaka mahali naitwa Isiolo, ikuwe Nduo College. Ati ndio wakati tunaambiwa one term, ati serikali ni mbaya, one term, ati Kasongo, ati Soprano. Tunawaambia pukulu chakarawache, mshindwe, shetani pepo mbaya.
The TV47 and Kenya Pipeline Company, KPC, Linda Bomba, Linda Jamii Roadshow held its final third day in Usoma, Kisumu West Sub-County. The safety and sensitization campaign toured key areas along the oil pipeline corridor to educate communities on safeguarding the pipeline, preventing encroachment and recognizing safety signs.
This time round, our message is actually to the communities that are within the KPC depot, that is pump station number 28 in Kisumu. And basically, a lot of the people here are the people who deal with the trucks. The trucks are the ones that help us in the last mile transportation of petroleum products. The message here is about safety around the trucks, to ensure that they don't park trucks in the homes because of the potential of leakages from these trucks, and knowing that homes we normally have a lot of cooking that goes on.
The community themselves are very happy because apart from this, there are so many things they've done for us. Like now, there is they promised us before that there is a laboratory they're going to build for the Usoma Comprehensive School, which at now I'm told the budget is ready. After this, they're going to hand over the budget to us, and then there's also support for the football team.
Elsewhere, Thika is a step closer to becoming Kenya's 6th city after Senate committee endorsed its bid for city status. The Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations said the fast-growing industrial hub has met all the requirements for elevation from a municipality to a city. The report tabled in the Senate on Tuesday will be debated by the House. If approved, the resolution will be forwarded to President William Ruto for the issuance of a city charter. Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangi told senators that city status would attract more investment, create jobs, and transform Thika into a regional economic powerhouse.
Thika Smart City does not serve the people of Thika only. This is a smart city, an industrial smart city that is going to be serving people across the whole country and in the region. So when we're in Kiambu here and we're saying this is Thika, we're talking about other counties that are going to be benefiting with this city.
I've seen a lot of industries moving out of Nairobi, coming into Thika in the last 10 years, which is clear indication that the conditions which have been laid down by the county government for industries to thrive in this Kiambu County and especially in Thika are good, because we hear people say that they were very tired of Nairobi. They actually like the atmosphere in Thika. They like the living condition in Thika. They like the working condition in Thika.
It's time for sports news. A new chapter has begun for Kenyan motorsport following the election and swearing-in of the inaugural leadership of the Motorsport Kenya Federation, MKF, Kenya's newly recognized national governing body for the sport. Was elected as the federation's first president, with rally champion Carl Flash Tundo taking over as vice president. The new leadership has pledged to strengthen governance, promote youth development, improve safety standards and build a sustainable future for Kenya's motorsport, as Kenya seeks to cement its position as one of Africa's leading motorsport destinations.
This team will push motorsports in the right direction. We are looking forward to putting up structures that are strong and will withstand the time, and also we want to focus on youth development as we go forward and to ensure that the youth get a chance in motorsport.
Team here that can drive motorsport for the future and for the next generation to have a structure and system that works for everyone. It's exciting. We're looking to drive youth in motorsport. You can already see the dream to drive that we want to build. We've got support through my position in WRC. If we can get the next chapter going, we've also got their support with Sifal. We've got cars available. We've got donations that have been handed in. I think the general atmosphere is exciting.
Bay and Frida Dinda emerged victorious in the 15 kilometers race as more than 1,000 people took part in the second edition of the Run for Seniors charity event at Karura Forest in Nairobi, raising funds and awareness to support vulnerable older persons. Organized by Mama Ibado Charity, the event featured 5-kilometer, 10-kilometer and 15-kilometer races, attracting families, corporate teams and fitness enthusiasts and community groups. Proceeds from the run will support feeding, healthcare and social welfare programs for senior citizens in Isiolo and Kakamega counties.
And we want to increase the awareness. We need to increase awareness. I want you to look around yourself, around your community, where there are seniors, there are elders. We have to acknowledge them, we have to celebrate them, and we have to help them live with dignity. Wazee wetu jukumu yetu. That is the message we want to send, and we're here to have fun, to run for good purpose, and to make a difference for our seniors.
The uniqueness about the Mama Ibado Charity Foundation is that it is a way of giving thanks to the elderly who've served society for many years, and in their twilight years, some of them find themselves in very difficult situations.
It is bigger, better, and will continue to involve all the stakeholders so that we can also contribute in this journey of showing compassion to wazee wetu, and we hope that they'll be comfortable because it is getting better, bigger, and even next year we'll try as much as possible also to bring other stakeholders just to join in this fundraising that helps to restore the lives of the citizens.
All right, and that's where we wrap up this edition of TV47 at 1. It's a Saturday, as usual. Africa Express is ready to give you the very best in rumba music. And kids, Kid Kulo, looking very lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
I love the outfit.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
Umepotea last Saturday huko kulikuwa wapi?
Nilikuwa on Kamau.
Habibi, like, nice to see you.
Yeah.
DJ Regan, always a pleasure to see you as well, sir. Uko aje? Niko salama kabisa.
Yeah. So we are ready.
Yes.
For Africa Express, as we always do every Saturday.
Absolutely.
And the good thing, Nikomba, we understand what is happening in Africa, and today it's a birthday of someone very big.
Oh.
So I want to preempt at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. So later, someone who is very, very iconic, someone who is very, very important in the African history.
Oh, I didn't know it was my birthday, kid.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what we have today.
Okay.
Yeah, apart from that, we also have a guest, and today we are showcasing, Akababy, with talent. In the past, in the African culture, parents would not support talent. Kama si kitabu,
Mtoto
kama
naimba
si
rumba.
buku.
Yeah. Anaimba rumba.
Yeah, naimba rumba.
That's going to be
songs,
very, very interesting to watch.
Yeah, so she'll be here, and we just want to understand how does she manage all that with school, and now the parent also. Like, how is the parent supporting? Because many African parents, ati wewe unataka kucheza tu futana kuimba.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what
absolutely.
We have. Yeah, so today, tunafundishana gani sasa?
Nilikuwa nimeambia DJ Regan nitengeneze Kachwa by Yalevi. Yeah.
So we're going to Rwanda.
He's Rwanda. I didn't know Yalevi is Rwandese. I think he's not Congolese.
No, he's Rwandese.
Oh, okay.
Mbona umeenda huko kwa Kagame?
Because I really like his music,
Okay.
man. Yes, akona his touch of African alafu bado patia a contemporary touch to his music. Amazing. The question of the day, DJ Regan.
Question of the day. Ni kwamba, you love rumba?
Yeah.
So at what point did it get to
So I grew up, there's an uncle of mine who used to play a lot of Lingala, rumba and country music. So that's why I first got exposed to rumba and Lingala.
Wow.
So yes, that was my first experience.
So apart from you, ni rumba gani unapenda sana kwa playlist yetu uyaweke pale?
Wow, now you put me on the spot. Unless sasa unichagulie.
Okay, so tutampa Kaskas. Elena, the song Elena by Kaskas, but later in the playlist. But right now, we wanted to do, because you requested, maybe you know
no, my moves and I'm still lobbying to be part of this show.
Okay.
So I'm being Director Nick.
Yeah.
I'm still lobbying to be part of this particular show.
Beautiful.
Director Nick, umesikia?
Director umesikia. Tunafaa tumsaidie ma moves. Ebu tupatie.
Yeah.
DJ Regan, give us. Yep.
Kachwa by Yalevi.
Yeah, Kachwa by Yalevi. Yeah.
We're waiting.
Yes.
Let's talk about your hairdo. What inspired this?
Zinakaa matuta.
Zinakaa vizuri sana.
So that's the song?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. So how do you dance?